Morning, y'all. I don't know how this is gonna work with my GoPro, but as far as vlogging, I wanted to show you what I'm doing this morning so you don't think I'm totally a cuckoo. Remember I was talking about 2 hoses out of 1 hose? The 1 hose I bought in here. Here you go. This is it. It's a potable hose. Okay, it was 25 feet, and I know it's still pretty long, but I just stretched it over here to where I could water my fig tree. Okay, and then I cut it. So now I'm going to go show you what I'm going to do with the rest. Okay, my card's messing up. Let's see how I did. I got my thing. I got my hose. This is what I want to attach. So I'm going to put it here. I was told in order to do this that I needed 2 females. No, I did not. I needed a male and a female apparently. Now I'll have an extra one and that's okay. But it is not 8 o'clock in the morning, or it's about 8. Because here comes the sun for sure. Remember that thing I said where things are never as easy as they appear, or you think they're going to be? It's on pretty snug. I don't think I can get it off. And let's see, it's early in the morning. It's cold. And Mona needs water. And her jug needs to be filled. Should have worn my gloves. But they're in the greenhouse and I done made 4 trips up there. Literally. I'm almost done. Oh, please go in. Please go in. I learned that from my daddy. See if he can get spit to work. hope it's still recording. Maybe it is. Okay, so I did it. And I think I started telling you it's cold out here. This is my wool hat, 2 wool sweaters, a tank top, 2 pair of pants, 2 pair of wool socks. But I'm warm enough. I'm starting to sweat. So I got other work I'm going to do. Costume change number 1 of the day. I checked the clock. It's like 8:30. And it's still pretty cool inside. It's in the 60s. 60-something, but it wasn't 70, and it certainly wasn't 80. And that would be my comfort zone. 80. Actually, 82. I'll just be honest with you. 82, I don't have to wear a sweater. As the day progresses, it's entirely different than the summer. In the summer, you had me shooting videos in the dark. It was a race to get out there before the sun. And then, I would end up spending some time in the sun. Well, now it's slow it down, see what you can do where it's warm until the sun gets up. Poor Buddy, his walk is a little later than it used to be, and that might change. Well, everything changes. Yeah, it does. In the real world. That's why it's amazing to serve a God, an Elohim, who never changes. I'm so grateful. I want to talk to you about grief. And I know that there are some of you that are experiencing grief the same way I am. You're grieving the loss of a loved one. And you're not just grieving the loss of that loved one. You're also grieving the loss of life as we used to know it. Things were simple. We knew that when we went to Walmart, they were going to have not just what we needed, but everything we might possibly want, and didn't know it until we saw it. It's going to be hard on a lot of people. So grieving the world as we knew it, grieving our personal losses. And sometimes the two get all tangled up. And then something happens that adds a weight to that grief that is so overwhelming that all the others just kind of, they don't seem that grievous. And that is, I just want to share this with y'all. It's my heart about what's happening in the world and the switch that has happened. Originally, all of this was protect everybody, protect the children. And now they're coming after the children in full force. And I spent much time this morning grieving over what's happening. Grief. It's a hard thing. And there are times I wake up in the morning and it was like, it happens a lot. It's like being punched in the stomach. And and it's a physical. And once it starts, I have learned to release it as best I can, because I made myself sick, not letting my grief out, my sadness, my anxieties. I kept holding things in. 130 pounds of grief and anxiety I have poured out over the last, 13 years. I was finally able to just let it all out. Because there was nobody else to see but Abba Father. And I realized this morning, oh my goodness, only Father could look down and see me totally hysterical and send me comfort and love. Shalom. Only He could fix that. It's pretty amazing. I guess that's why they wrote that song, Amazing Grace. Most of the time, when it hits me, I just cry. I just do a regular cry. What's a regular cry? Is that another word for normal? And how do I work out my grief? I generally do things. My grief and anxiety, and it's all a tangle. The mental strain of what's gone on in the last 2 or 3 years, it's affecting everybody. And I don't want you to get the idea just because you always see me all happy and bubbly on here, because you don't. I'll let you see little glimpses because I don't want to scare you. But I just want you to know it's still there. It's still there. And it changes too. And what I grieve over changes. But there's a scripture that talks about the people that grieve over the wickedness in the end of days. Today, because I'm waiting for the sun to come up, and I thought I'd talk to you until the sun, well, the sun obviously is up. It's in my eyes and on my face. But it's still not warm enough out there because what I want to do is Earth Gym. And Earth Gym, it's using whatever is nearby and available. So what I'm going to do, I'm waiting till it gets warm enough in the sun, and then I can be in the tank top and I get the full advantage of the sun with all the vitamin D and the good stuff that's there. I'm not one to hide from the sun. Oh, and I did finish with the swamp cooler switch. I did put all the wires back in. What I kept trying to say in that video is that even though it's cool outside, it's much warmer in here. So when I came in this morning, I anticipated it being a little warmer than it is. But guess what? It don't get warm till the sun's in here. So it's just now starting to warm up. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And for those of you who comment, thank you. And please overlook me for when I don't get right back to it. I think I commented on a comment that I didn't even know had been there, and it said it was made 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. I'm technologically challenged. You know, I'm challenged in a lot of ways. It's okay. I made it this far. Father loves me. He's always looking out for me. He knows how I am.
Catch it, put it in a jar to have and to hold. To save for later, you cannot trust it to come again. To wait for you to find a pen and fill the paper with the message that it wants to send. Grab it, hold it by its tail before it escapes. You know its ways and you cannot lose it, that's what you fear. So hold it up against your ear and very carefully listen to what it wants you to hear. Whoa, 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 Find it sleeping in its nest before it wakes up. Touch it gently, you want it feeling completely calm. so you can hold it in your palm and help it grow just like it was born to be. Come, 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 come. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So, a needle pulling thread.